Ready? Guys, a lot of you have posted on the comment section when I posted this compensator for the TX22 that you guys want to see it in action and want to see if it really works. It's not just a good looking thing on a gun, but it actually does work. So we're here, we're gonna try that out. But I can tell you right now, just by holding the feel of it, just the added weight on the front, I guarantee you will mitigate that recoil like no tomorrow, because it's pushing the barrel down, so it's more muzzle control, and recoil is going to be reduced. Okay, all right, so check it out. We're going to post some videos. All right guys, check this out. We are doing a review on the Taurus, there we go, TX22 custom made compensator. Here it is. Now, before we do any manipulation, it's always a good practice to check the barrel if it's clear. It is clear. Cycle, cycle, cycle. Pull the trigger, clear. All right, guys. Again, let me tell you a little bit of a background story. Let me take this off right here on why I created this thing, okay? Well, the other night, the entire United States had a internet failure, and I couldn't watch TV, I couldn't browse anything online. The whole internet was down. So what did I do? Well, I figured, hey, I'm bored. Let me go do something in the garage, fire up my machine shop, and create something cool. Well, right now we're still in the 2020-2021 pandemic, and all the ammos are either very hard to find, which is 9mm, 5.56, what have you. Well, I have stockpiled some 22 LRs before the pandemic, and I'm an avid competitive shooter. I do competitive shooting in the IDPA, USPSA, and I figured, you know what? It's time for me to start saving my 9mm and start using some of my 22 LRs. And I'm an HK guy, okay? Even my toy guns for my kids are HKs, H&Ks. I got a H&K MP5, I got a 416. So, huge H&K fan, but H&K unfortunately does not make any 22 LR handgun right now, not at least the modern ones, okay? You can still find some very old ones that are conversion type, but to find a dedicated 22 LR, you can't find them, okay? And I said, you know what? The best 22 LR gun of the year for 2020 is the TX22, and I just happened to have one. And I was like, you know what? Why don't I make something cool out of the TX22? Well, the problem with the TX22 is it's a great gun. It feels awesome, okay? It's still missing something, okay? It's too light, it feels like a toy, and for me to have that edge in competitive shooting, it needs something more. And I wanted it to look like a really cool competition gun. Well, guess what? I'm also a big fan of the John Wick franchise, and if you guys watch the John Wick franchise, he actually used a P30 in that movie with a custom compensator, and it looks so badass, right? And one thing that I noticed the first time I actually held a TX22 on my hand is it actually felt very similar, if not almost identical, to an HK P30 or a VP9. Well, guess what? If you actually put them side by side, and I don't know if this was intentional of Taurus to do. Let me take off the magazine here. Let me see. All right. The profile is practically identical with the P30. So I figured, great. You know what? It's going to be the custom budget build John Wick, or what they call it, the Wick stick competition gun. And right now you're seeing this as a raw finish. I just finished machining this in my machine shop. It's all made of high durable billet aluminum, okay? I'm actually gonna Cerakote this. That's my plan to match the slide, because the slide is also aluminum. So aluminum slide, and I will Cerakote it to match, so it will look like it came from factory, almost like factory, right? For people that don't know, they might even think, hey, that's a really cool gun, man. Like, where did you buy that? What kind of gun is that? Okay, and it just gives the gun, I don't know, man. It's the look. I posted this online on a social media platform, and I kid you not, within 2 hours, my inbox was full. So many people commenting, asking me, hey, man, are you going to ever sell one of those? I'll buy it if you do. You know, can you please PM me once you decide to make it? Because I'm a buyer if you ever decide to make one. So, you know what? I'm going to do a review on it, because I do want to make people enjoy this gun. All right, so let's get on to the nitty gritty, okay? Direct to the point. Enough with the introduction. Let's get on with it, okay? So I posted it on social media. That's why I'm making this video, because so many people wanted to know more. Okay, why did I make one? First of all, nobody makes a compensator for the TX22 that at least I like, okay? What I'm looking for on a compensator, especially if I'm using it for competition or daily plinking, is it needs to have weight. If you've ever held the TX22, it's actually very light. It feels almost like a toy. And if you've shot enough guns in your lifetime, you'll know that if a gun is light, even if it's a 22, you shoot that thing, you're gonna have muzzle rise and recoil. So to battle that, you need a compensator. You need weight in the front of it. So that way the muzzle flip is not as high, because the weight is actually gonna prevent that from flipping up like this. Now, here's the beautiful thing, because it's an actual compensator. These are not for looks. These are actually functional. These ports right here, you'll see it on the video. When you shoot it, it actually ejects the exhaust ports right here, just like a rocket ship, okay? Whenever you have a fire or exhaust coming out of one port, what's going to happen is going to have a force on the other end of it. So every time that you shoot, boom, right? So you shoot, bullet comes out, the slide goes back. Instead of this going down like this in the back end, this is actually going to go force this down, okay? So what that does is it gives you a better control and gets back on the target so much quicker than without having one. Okay, so that compensator right there, if you look at World War I, II, and all kinds of modern tanks, they have that compensator right at the very end of the barrel of that tank, okay? And the reason they do that is because they don't want to shock the people inside of, you know, because it can cause a concussion inside the cockpit of a tank. Okay, it's a big bang. So the compensator will compensate, okay? And you guys are gonna watch the video. We went to the gun range. We actually test fired this gun to make sure it works, that it's reliable, you know, and it's as good as it can get from the factory, okay? As far as my opinion is concerned, anyways. But you'll see that it shoots so flat, you'd think it's actually a BB gun. And, you know, the other reason I made this, nobody makes it. Not as cool as this, anyways. And if you do find one, it's one of those generic, not gun-specific compensator that are, you know, made in China. I don't want that, man. If I can get something made in the United States with quality control, made with pride, made in America, that's what I want, okay? So I made this. This is made in America, made in Texas, okay? Now, test impressions. What is the impressions the moment that you hold a TX22 with this compensator on there? The first thing you're going to notice as soon as you pick up the gun, okay? If you're a TX22 owner already, you're going to be like, wow, okay? You'd think that the heavy front is going to be a disadvantage, like it's going to be an awkward feel. I'm telling you, you need to hold one. You need to go to a gun store and go get yourself, just try holding any CZ Orange or a $6,000, $5,000 custom-made 1911. you will understand why the weight on the front is so important, and it feels, you know, when you ever close a door of a real high quality car like a Mercedes-Benz. I'm talking about the older Mercedes-Benz back in the 80s, 90s. You slam the door and you feel this thud when you close the door. Unlike the cheaper, newer, cars now, it feels like a tin can. Like, it doesn't give you that feeling of quality. This gives you that feeling of quality. It feels like a Mercedes-Benz when you hold it. I know this sounds funny because it's a TX22, right? It's an affordable gun. It's not a $7,000 custom-made gun, but it gives you that feeling. It gives you more confidence when you purchase the gun and shoot the gun. So the weight is amazing. I can't describe it on video. You're going to have to hold one in person for you to fully understand what I mean by this. It's so pleasant to hold. The grip of the TX22s are already so good from factory anyways, okay? Now, what are the comments the negative I don't know if it's a negative comment, but what are some of the comments that I saw on social media when I posted this, okay? Well, it's a really popular post on the TX22 forum right now, and a lot of people like it, a lot of people commenting, a lot of people want to get it. They said, hey, why a 22? Like, does it even need, does it even have enough pressure in the TX22 or 22 caliber to even need a compensator? I'll tell you what, you guys watch the video, okay, of me shooting this in the gun range, and that will be in the later part of this video. Let me explain all of this first, and you guys get to enjoy what we documented in the gun range. You watch that video, and you tell me if you don't see a major difference as far as recoil management and recoil mitigation and controlling the muzzle flip. I personally thought that it was going to give me at least like a 20% reduction in felt recoil or muzzle flip. Boy, I'm telling you, was I wrong? I'm not exaggerating because I made this. I am not. I'm totally being 100% honest with you on this. I felt almost like a 90% reduction in recoil. It was so soft shooting and flat. It's almost like shooting a BB gun. And matter of fact, I gave it to one of the range officers. I said, hey man, I need your input on this. Would you like to try my TX22? I put a custom compensator. Just tell me your honest opinion. The first 3 rounds, the guy smiled like, it's like he opened a Christmas present. And then he just started mag dumping all 17 or 16 rounds of the TX22 in rapid succession. Well, the funny thing is, that same guy, if you did what he did, will tell you, hey, no rapid fire. It was such a pleasant experience for him. He rapid fired this thing, okay? I wish I caught that on film, but we didn't, okay? Does it need it? Not 100% necessary, right? It's you're not shooting 5.56 on a pistol. It's not crazy recoil. But would it benefit? Would it feel better? Would you feel the sensation when you shoot it? The answer is resounding yes. Absolutely. 1,000%. If you shoot this, you'll understand. Okay? Now, why would anybody need or want this? Okay? Well, first of all, it looks badass. Come on, okay? It's a raw finish right now. It hasn't even been Cerakoted. No painting. It's already looking badass, okay? It's unique. If you bring this out to the competition or the gun range, you're going to get looks from people. They're going to be like, dude, what is that gun? That is cool, okay? I went to the gun range, and the moment I pulled it out, they were like, man, what is that thing? Okay, like, where did you buy that? I don't even know what kind of gun that is, but can I touch it? Can I look at it? Okay, for the simple fact that it looks cool, people would want this. Even if it didn't do anything that I just said, even if none of the recoil management I said was even true, just for the fact that you can put this on your gun, the fit and finish and the quality and the craftsmanship is second to none. People would just get it. That's why I get so many comments on social media, okay? Second reason you would want this is if you're a competitive shooter, okay, you'll know that every second counts. Sometimes a first place, a championship run, with the difference between being second place and being the champion could be split in a millisecond, okay? If you have an edge, any type of edge, competitors are always looking for an edge to become faster in competitive shooting. This will give you that edge. It will mitigate the recoil, almost zero recoil. You can also acquire target back on target much faster because of the extra weight and the compensator coming out of the holes. Okay. Plus, the third reason you'd want to own this, if you're not a competitive shooter, it feels awesome. It feels enjoyable. If you already enjoy the TX22 the way it is, wait until you put on the compensator. You're gonna fall in love with this gun all over again. It's probably my most favorite gun in my collection, and I have plenty of guns in my gun vault. And whenever I want to shoot a 22, it's always been the TX22. With this now, I'm probably not going to even touch the other ones for a long time, okay? Now, the question that everybody's been asking, will I make more? Well, I posted this on social media with no intention of selling it. I just posted it because I was bored. I was very proud of how it looked. And I figured, hey, you know what? Let's share the love and bring it out to the world. Well, I didn't expect people would love it so much that they were actually willing to buy one and purchase one and make more of these. Because of that, the demand is high enough for me to actually really consider this. Okay. How much will it take and how much will it cost? To be honest, guys, here's the thing. This compensator took me about 8 hours to make from scratch. Okay. Now, is it gonna take me another 8 hours to do another one? Probably not. Probably more like 5 hours now, because I figured out all the bugs. I already did the measurement. It's already a working prototype. Really, the only thing it needs is a paint and a Cerakote on it to match the whole gun. Okay. This is a custom made piece. It's handmade. See these curvatures right here? Okay, no machine can do that perfectly like it did. I did right there. This is custom hand fitted. If you've ever purchased a custom 1911, there's a reason why those things are $6,000-$7,000 or more, because nothing beats a human hand when it comes to craftsmanship. I think of it this way. If you've ever watched a documentary of how samurai swords are made in Japan, okay, I see it as the same way. It's my modern samurai sword interpretation. This is made by an artisan with a lot of skills. You know, I don't want to sound braggy, but, you know, machining something like this is not something you learn, you know, overnight. This right here is a work of art. It takes an artist to make this. Now, how much would I sell something like this? I'm thinking, for this to be worth my while, for my wife to make sense while I'm in the garage making this and doing all this custom fitting on this gun and mass producing this, I can't take it less than 200 bucks. So I'm probably going to sell this for under 200 bucks. Okay. It will come bare aluminum. Okay. Probably Cerakoting would be an option. I don't know yet, but I kind of want to leave that out to you guys, because I know some guys would want to Cerakote it, would want to powder coat it, would want to match the barrel. So I'm kind of leaving it plain, the way, like a blank canvas. Okay, you guys do whatever you want as far as the finish. 99% of the work is done because of the machining. And oh, by the way, for you guys asking, hey, does it void the warranty? No, it does not. Okay, there is no permanent modification in a gun. If you guys notice, there's this one Allen key right here that you can take out. It takes about 30 seconds to install and uninstall this. You take this out, okay? This lock comes out. It's attached to the Picatinny rail, and all you do is pull this thing out, okay? It's very simple to install and very simple to uninstall. The quality, the fit and finish, oh, if I can get the camera angle, you know, the barrel bore, you can see the attention to detail that was put in here. Okay. All right. Obviously, I'm going to sand it down, rough it up if I want to Cerakote it, so that way the Cerakote sticks. Most likely, the Cerakoting guys will sandblast it anyway, so they'll do all the roughing. But I can't wait to get this done. So I just posted this right now, so that way you guys can check it out. You guys can see it. What else? How long will it take? Well, you do the math. It takes about 5 hours for me to do. So, you know, do the math. I can probably do 1 or 2 a day. I'm going to start doing one as soon as I can get at least a minimum of 50 orders. I'll be more than happy to do it. So be patient. If it's taking a little bit while, keep in mind, guys, this is a custom-made, custom hand-fitted, bespoke piece for your TX22. And depending on how well that goes, I might start doing ones for the G3, G3C, and other Taurus guns. Who knows, maybe even Glocks and some of the HKs, okay? But if you want a John Wick style VP9 looking gun for not a lot of money, hey, this is the next best thing. And I'll tell you something, this will challenge on the right hands. If you put this in the right hands of a competitive shooter, it will go toe-to-toe with a $6,000 custom 1911, okay? We will release more information on how you're going to order, where you can order this. After this, I want you, this tabletop review, we're going to show you, you know, the results on the gun range. So stay tuned. Next video is on the gun range, okay? See you guys. Check this out, guys. Today, we are actually field testing our custom compensator for the TX22, custom made. Now, this is the most crudest way that we can think of, but it's pretty scientific. Basically, what we put is 3 post-its on 3 corners. 4. All right, we're gonna take a on all 3. If the design is correct, it should theoretically blow all of this post-its out in the first shot, okay? And that will explain the mitigation of the recoil, and the felt recoil should be significantly less if it does work. Here we go. Ready? Woo! We're out. Clear. Guys, this thing works. As you can see, check this out. That's the exhaust port. So if you're into competition and you have a 22 and you don't think that you can get any better, I'm telling you, this compensator for the 22, because of the design for the TX22, it has that close barrel design right there, almost like an O-ring for you know, high dollar CZs that have an case that has a competition barrel with the O-ring. It's practically the same design. I'm telling you, this thing shoots super flat. If you want to shave off more times in competition, I'm telling you, this will do wonders. I'm so excited. This thing works, okay? All right, so we're going to do some more shooting. I'll check you guys out later, all right? Peace. Keep on shooting. All right, so now all you do is basically pull out the it's clear, pull out the compensator, and it's using the threaded barrel adapter to basically lock in into the groove of the compensator. So it's actually a press fit. You can actually see the ring right there. So it presses against that thing, so that way there's no pressure coming back here, all coming out here. So it's forced to come out without the compensator. Everything's factory stock from Taurus. We're gonna use the same ammo and see how the recoil difference is, okay? We should see a significant change in recoil now. I should feel more recoil without the compensator. Ready? All right, here we go. if you guys saw that on video, I definitely felt the difference in recoil, but we'll see that on the slow-mo later, okay? But definitely big improvement with the compensator on there. Just the weight alone, I could tell, you know, it just, you're not going to have a better follow-up shots by having it, you know, you got to have a compensator if you want the best of the best as far as performance in competition. Or any shooting for that matter. Alright guys, this is the TX22 compensator. Once again, it works. Now, how about accuracy? Because most people that are going to get this is probably going to use it for competition. Let's see how accurate it is with the barrel design that's actually press fit against the compensator. Here we go, CCI mini mags. 10 rounds, and this is about 10-12 yards, and let's see the accuracy. All right, clear. All right, here we go. Guys, check that out. 10 rounds. Look at that grouping. Look at that grouping right there. If that's not accuracy, if that's not competition accuracy, I don't know what is. So if you want to shoot faster and increase your accuracy, it's compensator, man. I'm telling you. Pretty proud of it. All right. Well, maybe we'll manufacture one. All right, let us know in the comments. Let's see if you guys are interested in something like this. Peace out.